Okay, so this is day 3 of my vlog, and what I did on this Sunday is something I always do is I took my kids out of the city and we drove to a tennis clinic that they go to on Sundays. And because tennis courts are so expensive in Manhattan that some tennis pros they set up their tennis clinic outside of the city where the tennis courts are cheaper. And so we keep a car in the city, and we drove. We used first the LIE. That's what you're seeing here. And I think New York can be very beautiful, but one thing that is not beautiful are the highways. The highways are kind of ugly. I think you know New York's infrastructure was really built by Robert Moses some 30 years ago. And these highways were supposed to be, linking all the boroughs and connecting New York City to other parts of New York State. And they've fallen in disrepair. And also, the zoning around the highways are not very attractive. Anyway, so here's the bubble where the kids practice their tennis. It's just a simple bubble and hard courts, and they get a really good workout there. And you know, it's very affordable. That's where they go for their tennis on Sundays. During the week, they practice closer in the city. But anyways, while we're out there in this somewhat suburban mall, a grocery store went out of business and a new ShopRite opened up. And we were excited because they had huge sales. Like, for example, I like Diet Coke, and they had a deal 5 Diet Cokes for one, although in one part that wasn't the case. Anyways, Sunday's also football. I rooted for my New England Patriots. They beat the Redskins 27-10 to remain undefeated. Only 3 teams that are undefeated now: Cincinnati, Carolina, and the Patriots. And so my Sunday routine is basically watch football, take the kids to tennis, and just enjoy the day. I really enjoyed the Colts game against the Broncos. The Broncos were heavily favored. Peyton Manning was coming back, and it was a very close one. The Colts won by 3 points, and no one really expected them to beat Denver and Peyton Manning. And it was a historic game in some respect because he was going for big milestones. Anyways, my point about the grocery store was like here it's saying 2 for $3.50, but outside they had the same bottles of Diet Coke, and they were 5 for $5. So, anyway, we headed home in the darkness, and at night the highways look better because it sort of hides the sort of ugliness of the zoning around the highways. And we pretty much made it very quickly. One of the things though that concerned me when I was driving is that, and I'll show you this, but it looks like there is or is not a problem with the car. So, for example, this light went off, and I think it means that the car thinks that there's enough air pressure in the tires. I think that's what that symbol. It's almost like a U and or like a little symbol of a tire. But the thing is, when I got back to the garage, the guy running the garage where we parked the car said, no, most cars have that go off and it doesn't mean anything. And I checked the wheels. So coming home, here's a tip. We took the Queensboro Bridge, and if you come over the Queensboro Bridge and you want to go downtown, what you should do is there's 2 turnoffs at the end. This is on if you take the lower level, and actually there's the skyline. You can see I think the Empire State Building on the right, and in a far off distance is the Freedom Tower. So actually, I take it back. there are parts of the highway system and the bridges that are really nice, and that is like when you're coming back to Manhattan and you see the skyline, particularly at night. That's always something to see.